Love that a lot. And someone else who I reckon has a photo of themselves on their lock screen is Meghan Markle, because she turned 44 and she received a gushing birthday message from no one else but herself, her own lifestyle brand.
On what should have been a day of celebration, Meghan Markle's 44th birthday took a dark turn. Trevor Engelson, her ex-husband, broke years of silence in a way designed to wound. A quiet post on an obscure platform ignited like wildfire, spreading faster than anyone could contain it. In the grainy footage, Trevor's voice carried accusations that cut deep, stories of manipulation, control, and an ambition that would stop at nothing. Each revelation stripped away the shine she had so carefully crafted, leaving her image exposed, fragile, and under unforgiving scrutiny.
Why are you wishing yourself a happy birthday? Get out of here. Also, isn't it unfortunate that she shares a birthday with the Queen Mother, Queen Elizabeth's mother?
True.
I'd much rather be talking about her. She was fun. She liked to have she knew how to drink. She could drink Meghan's rosé under the table.
Shockwaves have hit even her most loyal circle. The Duchess of the Internet, the face of Montecito's glitter, is reportedly in damage control. Fast. In the searing footage, Trevor Engelson spoke without hesitation, his tone measured but cutting. He painted a portrait few wanted to believe. Behind Meghan's charm, grace, and drive was something far more deliberate. A calculating force that the public had only glimpsed through a carefully polished veneer.
Jesus. To the topic of Meghan Markle, it's her 44th birthday. Happy birthday to you and all that. On Instagram, she's, there's not really anybody posting happy birthday.
Behind closed doors, Trevor
Meghan.
says Meghan's compass pointed only one way, toward power and recognition. Status over sentiment, influence over intimacy. He spoke of moments in their marriage when the pull of fame quietly pushed their bond aside. And then came the most cutting claim. Even as his wife, she was already stepping into the glow of elite company, mapping a future far removed from their quiet Los Angeles roots. His tone carried no bitterness, only the weight of a truth he'd carried for years.
This is so awkward because in previous interviews, she has said she runs the As Ever social media herself. So happy birthday, Meghan, and I'm glad you're very excited for your own birthday.
They should change the name of her company from As Ever to As If.
There was no anger in his delivery, only the heavy certainty of someone who had been deeply used, then left behind. But the real jolt for viewers came from his claim that Meghan's public image was a carefully crafted mask. In private, she was a different woman entirely. Trevor painted a picture of endless rehearsals, practicing interview answers, perfecting her red carpet walk, each gesture calculated, each expression rehearsed until the performance felt seamless.
As if anyone else would have sent out such a gushing birthday message to her. I mean, not even Harry would have a mind to do such a thing. Well, I just wish we could see the birthday messages that the rest of the royal family would send, because I suspect they'd be a lot more entertaining.
Trevor claimed Meghan never entered a room simply to connect. She entered to perform. Every conversation, every gathering, treated like an audition. And he didn't just say it, he showed it. Photos, messages, evidence of a woman fine-tuning her persona to charm not just Hollywood, but eventually royalty. The implication was clear. If her humanitarian warmth was scripted, what truth lies behind her public smile today? His account cast long shadows over her work and her narrative of victimhood. Then came the shift, her suit's breakthrough. He insisted the role itself wasn't the problem. It was what followed. A change in her. She grew remote, entitled, even dismissive toward the people, himself included, who had once been her foundation.
Birthday greetings to herself. Here is her post saying, let's have a look at it. Can't quite read it.
Celebrating the woman behind it all.
Yeah, so this is celebrating the woman behind it all. She pours her heart, vision, magic and touch into every detail, and today we raise a glass to her. Happy birthday.
There was a moment Trevor couldn't forget, a shift he said you could feel. After just one season of Suits, Meghan began to change, not just in the spotlight, but behind closed doors. She started pulling away from the people who knew her best, surrounding herself instead with new faces, ones who could polish her image, not hold space for her soul. The invitations stopped. The conversations changed, and she made it clear. She wasn't just acting like a star, she wanted to be treated like one. Trevor watched the woman he loved become someone he barely recognized. The girl who once fought for auditions was now positioning herself for something far bigger and colder, but it was what came next that hit hardest. Just before the end, Meghan laid it out with chilling clarity. Either you move to Toronto and give up your career, or we're done. No middle ground, no support. She had already left for Canada. He was building his future in LA. She didn't bend. Not once. Trevor says that's when he realized he wasn't part of the plan anymore.
It's our founder, Meghan. That's her. That's As Ever official. That's basically her congratulating herself. It's amazing, isn't it?
With the comments off, like if you're confident in this messaging, wouldn't you leave the comments on so that all of your fans that are rushing to buy your rose?
Trevor found himself at a crossroads that felt more like a cliff edge. Abandon everything he'd worked for or be left behind. And the hardest part, he felt like he'd already lost her, like she'd checked out emotionally long before she handed him the ultimatum. But it's what came after that still haunts him. Trevor says the ending wasn't chaotic, it was clinical. He believes Meghan had been preparing to walk away well before the paperwork. Little signs started stacking up, her things quietly disappeared, their accounts quietly split, and their shared friends slowly faded without explanation. He called it a professional breakup, not a meltdown, not a blow-up, just a slow, silent shut-off. She stopped calling his family, stopped saying my husband, and now, looking back, Trevor says he's sure she'd already made the choice. The second something bigger came along, she was already gone.
Your loose fruit spread would be leaving comments underneath it, praising you for being so genius, including your magic and your mixed bag of pretzels and air on With Love, Meghan. I mean, I think it says a lot that she shuts the comments off. She knows that there are going to be people in the comment section that are like, what?
Trevor's story rewrites the narrative with a chilling twist. This wasn't about love, he says, not loyalty, not service. It was about ambition, sharp, controlled, and ruthless. Every choice, every connection, strategic. What makes it more disturbing is what he says next. Meghan lived in duality. To the world, she was the polished humanitarian, the poised duchess. But in private, Trevor says, there was someone else entirely, someone who practiced empathy like it was a role, someone who didn't just speak well, she studied how to sound sincere. The crying, performed. The warmth, timed. And when the camera stopped, so did the emotion. If that's true, then the entire public image Meghan built crumbles under the weight of it. Not just crafted, but rehearsed. Trevor claims it wasn't just about image, it was about power. Even before Harry, he says, Meghan had strong feelings about the monarchy. Not awe, not curiosity, resentment, mockery. She called it a racist, broken system, and he says she planned not just to join it, but to outmaneuver it from the inside. According to Trevor, she controlled every part of her life, every relationship, including his, and now he's pulling the curtain back on all of it. Trevor's words cut like a blade. Meghan, he says, controlled everything. From the moment they stepped outside, she orchestrated it all. Outfits, poses, words, even their body language. Not for connection, for control. And it wasn't just him. Friends, family, even her colleagues. He claims they were all pieces in a carefully crafted image. If her marriage to Harry followed that same script, then maybe the fairy tale was always a performance. But it's how Trevor ends his story that lingers. He describes a woman who doesn't just move forward, she deletes what came before. One by one, she cuts the past loose. He says she told
Ever posted on its official Instagram, celebrating the woman behind it all. She pours her heart, vision, and magic touch into every detail. And today, we raise a glass to her. Happy birthday to
him, clearly. If you want to reinvent yourself, you have to delete your old chapters. And that, more than anything, reveals the engine behind everything. Her exit from royal life, her shifting narrative, her silence toward those once close to her. It all fits. According to Trevor, it was never just about love or survival. It was about shaping the perfect story and burying the real one. And when whispers of that story started to surface, he says Meghan didn't take it lightly. In private, she wasn't quiet. She was furious, panicked, and desperate to shut it down. Sources say the moment Meghan saw the video gaining traction, panic set in. She didn't wait. Her PR machine was activated instantly. Lawyers briefed, statements drafted. The goal was clear: suppress, distract, and overwhelm. They pushed for takedowns, flooded platforms with copyright threats, and spun out new charity appearances to shift the spotlight. But the truth had already escaped, and it wasn't going back in the bottle. The video spread far beyond control. It was everywhere. Reposted, clipped, echoed across channels she couldn't touch. And then came the unexpected twist. Trevor didn't come off as angry. He wasn't shouting or pointing fingers. He spoke like someone who had made peace with the past and simply wanted to tell his story. That calmness struck a chord. It felt real. His honesty cut deeper than any scandal could. And Meghan's response? Glossy, controlled, familiar. The contrast was too sharp to ignore. The public could feel it. One was real, the other rehearsed. And that difference lit a fuse. Suddenly her entire past was back on display. Blogs, deleted posts, forgotten interviews, old friends speaking up. People began connecting the dots. Trevor's words didn't just explain a failed marriage. They mirrored patterns people had suspected in her royal life. The emotional distance, the control, the image-first mentality. This wasn't just a private story gone public. This was the unmasking of a persona, and the internet was watching every frame fall apart. If you're still here, you want more. Be my MVP and hit the like button. Please subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. Drop your thoughts below. The conversation is just heating up.